Hello, water lilies. How are ya? Welcome, welcome. Whew. Sorry, I had a hard time. I guess the internet is kind of crappy today. Yes. Hello, hello. Sorry I'm late. I'm on that African time. Let me see if I can clean this. Hmm. Yes, that looks pretty clear. Kitty Cat said hello. Hello, hello. Honey, honey. So hopefully I'm here, you're here, we're all here. Mhm. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you can see me. Hello, hello. Oh, that signal is terrible. Hello, hello. Hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you. I'm putting it on the news feed. I was having a hard time with my connection. Um, the internet is kind of crappy here. It's kind of crappy. All right. I think I just shared it. Hopefully, it'll keep me connected. Gotta stand on one leg and raise one hand in the air, wave it like you just don't care. Which I know about that Earl clan. What? You in the Virgin Islands? Oh my goodness. I would say I'm jelly, but I think I'm at the best beach that I've ever been to in my life. Get that vitamin D. That is so awesome. Ooh, yes. Getting some diving skills, snorkeling, whatever. Meditation is good. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Oh, I wanted to type a banner in. Is my moderator, are you here still? I know you came. I was trying to get connected and yeah, that's always a joy. I hope I don't blink out. I still don't know how to share pictures and stuff yet, but I'm gonna learn for sure. Boop, boop, boop. One moment. All right, that is there. Hello, hello, water lilies, and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just gonna put this on here, I think. Hopefully my signal didn't just zap out. This is not letting me. Oh, because I'm dumb. I'm dumb and slow. Yes, yes, yes. Good morning to all of you East Coast and Central time zone people of the Americas. Yes. Hello, hello, Nikita. Nights in Egypt. Hello. I miss Houston. I miss my horses. I'm looking at the trail rides and like, ooh, 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 ooh. Yes, yes, yes. Who else? Diallo in the Virgin Islands. Find my niche, Texas. Yes, you welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, it says 6 people. If you are in the vestibule and the ushers ain't letting you in, that's all right. Storm the door. What you have to do is if you click on the link from Facebook, and if you click, okay. Anyway, there's 3 dots in the top right hand corner, I believe. You click those dots and say open in browser, and it'll bring you to the YouTube app. Please click on live chat so that you can comment and let me know where you are watching from. I have no signal. So my apologies in advance. I don't know what that's all about. Um, yes, hopefully you can hear me still. You can hear me, you can see me. Let me know. I just don't even understand why we're having some issues here on a great Sunday, trying to put it in a good position where it can have um, signal. As you look up here to my ceiling, there's these tree poles, and on top of that is like some kind of tarp, and over that is cement, and over that is aluminum, and yeah, so we'll see what's what with that. And good that you see me and hear me. And I want to see who is walking by because I'm in the last apartment and I don't want no unscheduled visitors. Yeah. No new friends. No new friends. Ha. Anyway, so let's get this party started. And yeah, so I'm in the last apartment. Is a little gate back there, and on the other side of the gate is a chicken coop. And then they'll be making some more apartments. Yada yada yada. Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Alrighty, so this is my relationship toxic? And I had this great idea, and yeah, I was gonna really give y'all some clickbait, but let's talk about you have a lot of questions. Type your questions in. I do have a moderator. I don't know if she has the capability to um, make those questions appear, but I will try to pay attention to what is going on in the comments section. But first, let me read this quote from Dr. Amos in Wilson, Rest His Soul. To conquer a people, you must destroy the love they have for one another. Mm. All righty. So if you've been following me, you already know my history. I'm in Kenya. I started off when I came here in 2020. I left the United States on election day, um, landed in Zanzibar 2 days later. I stayed in Zanzibar for about 4 months, moved to Dar es Salaam, moved to Arusha, went on a backpacking journey that was amazing, tried to get back in Tanzania, was denied access. Luckily, I had come to Kenya looking for an apartment, and I found that apartment and it was available. It was the last one available. So I was able to get into the apartment. So here I am in Kenya, on the coast of Kenya. One is super hot, two is super humid, three, the beach is beautiful. All I want to do is be at the beach, and I'll get into that discussion in a moment. That's all right, Diallo. Ask away. I am trying to get my audience to participate. Mass participation is what I'm trying to get. Maybe one day I will get a topic that everybody is curious to know about and wants to know about. So here I am in Africa. This I've been to, there are 54 countries in Africa. I've been to 6. We're not going to consider Zanzibar and Tanzania separate. They merged together. Even though they merged together, they both have their own government. They both have their own presidents. They both have their own governing people. So anyway, if so, that would make it kind of like 7 or whatever. I've been to Ghana, I've been to Togo, I've been to Zambia, I've been to Tanzania, Zanzibar, Kenya, Uganda. So there are 6 countries in Africa, and basically, pretty much the same thing goes on just about everywhere. So let me give you yet another little piece of history about me. Let me know also in the comments if this little banner is bothering you. I can just tilt it up like that. Yeah, so you can see me. See me when I see you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Anyway, about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I started on this journey, this conscious journey, this pro-Black, red, black, and green, Pan-Africanist. I've gone through the whole gamut. I've looked at everything. I've looked at the Hebrew Israelites. I've looked at the Moors, just the conscious community in a whole. And I was really, really gung-ho, super duper gung-ho, because I was like, okay, yes, because I love my people. In the midst of that journey, I did my DNA testing to see just where am my people, where they hailing from. I got the shock of my life to find out that I had so much European blood running through my veins. And my sister got a good chuckle out of that. And I was like, what's funny? This shit ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I be this person and have all this running through my veins? I'm not happy about it at all. But it was something that I just couldn't control. It's out of my reach, right? It's out of my control now. So I did not turn down. I kept at a pace that, this is who I am. The laws that never got taken off the book. 1/32 of a drop of African blood, you're African, Black, whatever you want to call it. So stand your ground. And so anyway, this is the journey that led me to Africa. On that journey, I have experienced some weirdness. I have totally experienced some weirdness. Like, I'm just gonna call it. If nobody else calls it, I kind of took a step back, a small step back, where I wasn't so gung-ho and posting all this pro-Black stuff and wake up people and this, that, and the other. And I've had some very intense conversations with Nikita, some other people, and it's like, how can you love a people that don't love themselves? How can you love people that treat you this way? Sisters, how can you love brothers and they treat you like they treat you? Try as you may, no matter how hard you try these relationships. I love my brothers. I'm not giving up on my brothers regardless of what the case may be. I just lost an ex a couple of weeks ago, and it kind of did something to me, and it got me to thinking. And before you even say, yeah, the problem very well could be me, they say no matter where you move to and the problem still exists, I might be the problem, but I'm gonna help y'all out here a little bit. I very well may be the problem, and I ain't trying to get no better. So that's why I stay in my lane and stay in my corner. But in the situations that I have been with, and we're gonna have a dual meaning for this. So let me pause and see what Diallo is saying here. Is it possible for a Black female and male to have a correct relationship if they both don't really understand what racism is and how it works on us? Oh, that is so amazing, because I was just about to get to that. Put me back in the camera again. So things that have happened. Let's start with my relationship with the Black male first. From day one has been heartache and heartbreak. I am a Cancer, and when I call myself loving you, I love you hard. And so none of those situations turned out good. There's maybe a couple that I stayed friends with, and unfortunately neither one of them are here any longer. To defend themselves, to say, well, oh, why, we've had the conversations. Well, why did it end like it ended? Try as you may, sisters, y'all may, excuse me, y'all may be able to relate to this, that no matter how hard you try in a relationship to show this brother love, it's just not working, or it's working to their benefit, if that makes sense. Taking advantage of a situation that you're trying so hard to make this relationship work. And, we can go back to slavery. People always say, well, why do you keep harping on slavery? Because this is where it started. Prior to slavery, and even for the most part, in most of the African countries that I have been in, they still believe in the family, getting married at an early age, and whether they're what is the word I'm looking for? Faithful. Whether they're faithful or not, everybody knows their role, everybody knows their position. So with that, as a person that's well over 50 coming into a country where this is a thing, it's hard to find someone in your age group to have a relationship with. We're going to put that over here on this back left burner. Okay. We're going to put that over there. In slavery, they broke us up. They didn't recognize our marriages. We had babies just solely for the purpose of, from a slave master point of view, was to increase their slave count. So your child may have been sold off. Your man may have been sold off. Women, sisters, don't forget that you was raped. Now, not you, so because I have to be specific to some people because they're a little slow, but our foremothers was raped. The mechanism that they use to survive this is called Stockholm syndrome, where you think you're in love with your violator. And they have these little babies. This is where colorism started. This is where the breaking up of our Black families started. The Black male he could do nothing. Okay, so for you, if those of y'all that's been living under a rock and you don't know, let me help you out. This is where it started. Okay, you could have loved Jimbo with all your heart and soul. And as soon as, if the master had eyes for you, or if they felt like this was becoming something that's going to be great, then they split y'all up. They sold one this way and one that way, and your baby's the other way. So we can go all the way back to the 17 and 1800s for that. Okay, we come out of that. We still trying to be great as a people and as families. And then in comes, all these different laws where 13th Amendment, you are free except for the prisoner. And they started arresting successful Black men, not, people that stole something or did something. They were arresting successful Black men that family men that had businesses. They succeeded against the odds after slavery during Jim Crow and all of this because maybe they looked at a white woman or they didn't look down when a white man was talking to them or whatever stupid little reasons, sending them to prison because the prisoner, 2022, prisoner is still a slave. If you do not know this, y'all better, I did not go get the 13th Amendment and type it out for you. Look it up for yourself. Read something. I'm going to take this down because it's bothering me. Where is it here? Okay, because I want y'all to see me. So anyway, this is what has happened to us as a people, hundreds of years. So I had to tell myself that no matter how much you say, how much you do for certain people, it's never going to be enough because we are damaged. We are damaged on that side of the Atlantic. We are damaged on this side of the Atlantic because while they were stealing people from Africa and tricking Africans into giving up their own people, we were being beat, lynched, and used as slaves. They were being oppressed by the colonizers that did not belong here, that came in the minority and said, oh, look, they got all this stuff and they don't even know what they got. So we finna do this and that and the other. We finna give them white Jesus and we finna give them Allah and everything. And happy Ramadan to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. But this is what we were given. This is the hand we were dealt. All right. So they don't want me to be great. And they don't want me to give you this knowledge and share this knowledge with you. But I'm going to keep pressing forward. This is how we've been brainwashed and separated, conquered, and divided and pitted one against the other. I can only speak as a sister that's been in relationships. I can only speak as a sister that has tried. And I'm not going to stop trying because of what somebody else's thinks or feel. I'm not going to go and say, oh, well, maybe another race is better. That's just not me. If you feel like you can tolerate another race, have at it, because I cannot, don't understand. I had a young man from Saudi Arabia who was fine. He was fine, and he was talking, and his deal breaker was that he said, why do you keep harping on slavery? I can't, be responsible for what my forefathers did, and you can't be responsible for what happened to your people. Just move on and forget about it. And then when I set it off, because it kind of rubbed me way the wrong way, he was like, oh, I just didn't know who you were just then. Like, you were so aggressive. Why are you so angry? And why? I said, try this out. Don't try to contact me again, because don't ever, I said in the little for future reference, don't ever say that crap to a real sister, not a real one. Don't ever say that. I don't care what color you are. Don't ever tell me. You can tell that to whoever else you want to, but don't tell me to forget about what happened to my people, because that is not an option. Okay. Not at all. So equal rights. Oh, they're killing me today. They're killing me with this internet. So let's talk about the equal rights movement, where white women felt like they was being shunned by they were unhappy how they were being treated by their men. Let's drag the sisters into this. And in the words of Shahrazad Ali, they brought you into this situation. And at the end of the rally, they went home to their husbands and the sisters went home to empty apartments. The welfare system was not for us. We weren't even able to collect welfare until in the 1970s, I believe it was, but it was started during the Great Depression for white people to help them out during the Great Depression. But the stipulation was for us to have welfare. We couldn't have no man in the house. We couldn't have this, that, and the other. They was coming through, checking and seeing what y'all had. Couldn't have nothing new. Like you had to just live like this certain way. But being that I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and we got a little town called Hamtramck where a lot of immigrants come in, and they live in 2 and 3 families in one house, and each and every last one of them are collecting welfare. But if you try to collect welfare and somebody in your house is already getting welfare as an African American, y'all can't do that. So now they got us scrambling, using everybody's address, trying to get us some help. But is it really help? Because they want to know where you dropped your last turd. I'm just saying. You got to hide and slide and do, all this stuff. And in the words of my cousin, if you keep a people caged in and in a certain area, surely once you set them free, they're going to just go berserk. They're going to go wild. They're going to wild out. Like, oh, we free. We're just going to go crazy. So all of this has been put in place to keep us separate, angry, just bust up the family, all this stuff. So you get in these situations. So I'm speaking for myself. We get in these relationships and we know they're not healthy, but we try. We still try to make it work. Now I'm going to shift gears on y'all and take that same case scenario with my relationship with Africa. I believe that I'm in a toxic relationship with Africa because I love my people. And I feel like my people and my land, they don't love me back. I'm still trying to make it work. I'm still trying to show everybody like we the same. We are the same. It's not my fault that my people was, gathered up, rounded up, and sent to some foreign land that yes, some of them were there because we were master boat builders and master astrologers. We're all over the world. You got some ancient Black Chinese, Black Russians, Black this, Black that, yes. And so when you get over here, I believe I've had this conversation with a couple of people. As an African American, there is nowhere you can go and not be mistreated. It's bad when you get with your own people and you get mistreated. And it's from the wee little bit, your blood relatives, people that you've known all your life, to these strangers over here in this foreign country, all the way around the globe. They look, oh, this is what they say in Kenya. Ah, you are Black American. You're Black American. Yeah, I'm Black American. Call it what you like, but I'm African at the end of the day. There's some people that hate when you say I'm African. Oh, you're not African. You indigenous to the land. You are more. You are this. You are that. Okay, yeah. I'm whatever you want me to be. Hebrew, Israelite, more. I'm all that. And at the end of the day, all of that came from right over here in the motherland. Okay, right here. So I don't care what title. You might be unhappy. You might come for me. Please don't. Because I'm just saying. So I'm trying to make this relationship work in Africa. But now it's like time to give it a realistic point of view. Is this toxic? Is this a toxic relationship? I'm trying to show my love for my people, and my people keep showing me their backside and telling me to kiss it. It's to the point now that I need to go to immigration office, the main one, which is probably in Nairobi, and beg them to let me stay in Kenya. I'm afraid. Once in my life, I got sense enough to be afraid because Tanzania left me a little gun shy. It's like, but I'm one of y'all. I'm supposed to be with my people. So, but At the same token, if you don't, okay, it's 54 other countries. Where where are we to go? Let's talk about what has been happening from day one in Liberia. Liberia was a African country that was controlled by Americans. Even if you look at their little flag, they red, white, and blue with little stars and stripes, a star and stripes, or whatever, however you want to call it. And so I read a book, a memoir from a young lady, I can't remember her name. She's the great granddaughter of the original settlers. At one point, there was a group of Africans that they said, okay, I think they won a court case or something. And they said, we're going to put you on a ship and send y'all back to Africa. But they sent them to Liberia. And so what happened was, in a nutshell, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I got from the memoir, that those people that had been in the US for a small amount of time came back and basically treated these African people that were already in Liberia just like white people from Europe. They come and they colonize, there's colorism. They called them, oh, call them something, Congos or something. It was the reference I it was like from another African country, but they called them something because they had been, to me, it was like, okay, y'all been brainwashed and contaminated because y'all been to the United States. Now y'all coming back to Africa and you're treating us like we're less than because we've never been off of the continent. And I said that to say that this is the feeling that I'm getting from the diasporan people that are in Africa. Y'all coming over here, I'm not included because I have no desire to be in business in Africa. I just want to live the rest of my years out peacefully doing what I want to do, which is enjoy myself. But you coming to Africa and you're building up communities for the diaspora people only. For, y'all want to click up and meet up and do this and do that. And then in the next breath say, come over here. If you come over here, you need to do X, Y, and Z. And you can't even live with the local people. You think you need to live all together. We from the United States. We're going to build up our own community. I don't care if you in Tanzania, you in Ghana, trying to get something in Zambia and all this stuff. Miss me with it. I don't want to live with y'all. I live in a local neighborhood. Okay. I got a water thing out there. She talking about wash my clothes by hand. Not me, lady, but if y'all want to wash my clothes. Yee! I'm in a local neighborhood and they said this whole area is all family, but they're very nice. They treat me okay. Why don't you speak Swahili? Why don't you speak English? We can sit here all day and banter all day. I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to learn the language. It's not sticking. It's not, it's just not sticking for me. It's not working. So, but they treat me nice. They treat me okay. There's people that I would never live like, oh, okay, don't. Because if you put me in a mud hut, I'm going to be okay in the center of a village, a very rural village with no electricity and no running water. I can do that too. Why? Because that's just me. That's what you was doing before. When they put you in a shack on the plantation and you didn't have this and you didn't have that, don't act brand new. And I could say, oh yeah, all my life as I remember it at the Peterson household, we had air conditioning. I don't have AC up here. I'll be up here sweating like a mule. It's hotter than a mofo on the coast of Kenya. Me, the person that likes hot weather, I'm sitting up here suffering. I don't have AC. I don't even have glass in my windows. We got bars and screens, and it's always hotter inside than it is outside. And I can't even really open the door and enjoy the outside because, as you've seen with my little videos, either on Facebook or my little short video, if you haven't seen it, we got baboons. And they being real quiet because before I started this video, they was running across the roof and it sounds like they coming through. But my thing is, I know I got cement over top of my head. I got cement and aluminum, and it's just because they're on the aluminum, it sounds horrific. It's some like what the heck? It scares me every time. It startles me, and but I'm okay with that because I know they out there looking for food. You know, this is where I am. I am in Africa and I am adjusting to my situation. I got millipedes that's like 6 inches long and real fat. I just get my broom, sweep them in the dustpan, and throw them back out the door. What I can't stand is the lizards. Okay, so I this is my toxic relationship. And so I say that because even in my relationship seems to be toxic. But guess what was the common factor in whether it was a relationship with a black man or my relationship with Africa? It was me. And I'm not saying that there's something wrong with me, because there's nothing wrong with me. But I am the common factor in all of these situations. Now, the question that I ask is, do I remove myself from this situation? Because it kind of got rough. You know, I had to really adjust and adapt because my goal was to move to Kenya in April. But Tanzania said, no, you're going to move to Kenya now because we're not even letting you back in here. So I had to adjust real quick, adapt really quick. I had people who I thought were helping me. In the end, they stole from me. So here I am. And I came crashing down because reality came crashing down. Like, these people really don't like me. I'm not going to say us. I'm going to say me. They don't like me. And people, see me for me as, what I am. I've toned it all the way down. I'm not this, I'm not that. I don't know. I don't know what to do, what to say, because here I am, and this is where I want to be. So, do I stay in this toxic relationship, or do I say, Africa, F you? You know, and, it's like some sisters be like, that you wouldn't normally do for a brother. I'd rather go out of my way and be in that toxic situation with a brother than to be with somebody that just, what they say, if they can't share your comb, you can't bring them home. Real simple. It's not that I'm racist. Everybody has their preference. Your preference might be you love another man. You a man and you love another man. You a woman and you love another woman. Well, I'm a black sister that love black men regardless. I'm a descendant of Africans that love the continent of. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one real short because apparently the internet is hating tonight, like real serious. Like, this is different over here than if you can say things and they will shut you down over here, because I've been doing just fine all day long, and now I'm trying to do my live and the internet is going crazy on me. Um, yes, so let's look at some comments and see what is being said. 11 years, 70, lazy, spoiled, second marriage, 18 years. Okay, fine, my niche. I didn't think it was all that over. Talking about 17 years and 18 years. I've never been married, okay, because my relationships were awful. And I'm just gonna say, state for the record for myself, like, I zero signal. It says H plus. I don't even know what that is. I think that's roaming. Not really sure. Hope you can still hear me. But yes, I am a spoiled individual and I like to have my way. I'm also one of those women that I made a good living as a truck driver. And as soon as somebody said, when you coming off the road, I was like, ooh, you got to go because I'm over here making this money. If you tell me I can come off the road and you can take care of me and do it how you do it, then that's fine. But I know I have some issues and some isms, some things that I changed before I even came to Africa. I stopped all that shopping and overspending. And I know how to just live on just enough. One of the things that I had to learn here in Africa, they cook to eat right now. They cook to eat right now. There's not, in the US, we cook and we have leftovers. We have leftovers in the refrigerator because we cook all of this food. We overcook. We have obesity problems. We have all sorts of issues because they fry everything over here just like we fry stuff, and they're not in as nowhere near as bad a shape as we are because they cook just enough. So it's not saying the fried food is bad for you, but it's how much of that fried food are you eating? So with every little thing, you have to look at the situation. So I come over here and I'm trying to fit in, blend in, but they know because as soon as you open your mouth, oh, here comes all that English coming out of your mouth. And they automatically think, ooh, let's take advantage of her. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's not take advantage of me because that's not a good look for any of us. So I just watch and I observe. So you get a tuk-tuk over here. The local people pay 50 shillings for a tuk-tuk. So I'm okay with giving you 100 shillings. I'm okay with giving you 200 shillings. But don't come and tell me to just go to the store and you getting $50 from the local person, 50 shillings from the local person, that you want 300 or 400 shillings from me because it's not going to happen. You better take this 100 or 200 and keep it moving. I done heard every excuse. It's like the crackheads and, everything else, the drug addicts. I've heard every excuse as to why you think you're going to overcharge me. But over here, they're a little more understanding that when I tell them, no, don't do that to me, do that to somebody else. I'm like your sister, your mother, your aunt. Why are you trying to do this to me? Oh, you're Black American. What that got to do with it? I don't even like America. So why are you trying to get over on me? Why? I don't, let's get an understanding. I don't know how we can get an understanding. It's so many things that because we take advantage of certain things, it still puts us ahead of most of the people here in Africa. Yes, there's some people that go to university abroad, that go to university in general, they get good positions in their countries, but we still, if you were to actually compare it to the same position in the United States, we're still financially ahead of them, but debt-wise, we're behind them. So, they look at, oh, you've got this and you've got that. And they're not looking at, oh, we got all this debt too, because we finance everything. Where y'all paying cash for stuff or paying for it over a course of 3 months and owning it, we are paying over the course 15 to 30 years for a house, 2 to, 6-7 years on a vehicle. That's as soon as you pull it off the lot, it depreciates. So we're getting all of this stuff and they're looking at that big picture. It's like my friend told me once, he didn't know, he's really into rap music and watching all these music videos. 30 something years old. He didn't know that all this crap you see on these music videos, they don't own that. Those are props. Yes, a couple of them may own some really fast, speedy cars, but for the most part, most of them do not. Okay. So you're looking at this big picture. You're saying, oh, well, this is this. So now we're in a relationship, me and Africa. And I'm loving Africa. And I just love everything about Africa. I love this fresh fruits and vegetables. I love the food. I love this beach. I love this hot weather. And Africa is saying, we finna do you in because you love us so much. When are you going to leave? When are you going to leave? Well, I'm at that point where I'm ready to break up with Africa because I'm like, if y'all don't do better, you got to do better. Like, you just got to do better. I love myself enough to say, maybe I should go here or go there. So an even bigger question is, do I go to Thailand or do I go to Portugal, Colombia, Brazil, or these other countries and get mistreated by somebody that don't look like me? Or do I stay put and keep just trying to find a different country, a different country, a different country that will say, oh, yes, you're one of us, and embrace me? And if you know what country that is, please tell me. You know, I don't even want to try anymore. So this is a thing, because now I want to have friends. I want to maybe have a little side piece or whatever, you know, not nobody that's permanently up in my face, but, you know, somebody that I can say, hey, come over, let's go do this, let's go do that. You know, I don't even think that's the same over here. I don't, because at least in Tanzania, like the movie theater was like right at the corner. I don't know that there's, maybe in Mombasa, there might be some theaters and some malls. This is definitely not Uganda. Uganda had everything you wanted right there. So I still have to venture out and find in Kenya, where are these things? I know they have them in Nairobi and all outside of Nairobi. Like every few feet was a mall in Nairobi area. It was really bustling, but I don't want to live in Nairobi. I'm on the coast. I want to be by the beach. So I guess you get the beach or you get whatever you get over here. So all of that to say, it kind of made me sad. So for the past couple of weeks, I was down in the dumps because I'm like, I keep trying to make this work. I keep trying to make this work. And then I had to evaluate. I'm unhappy. I'm like, why am I unhappy? Because I live by the beach. The beach is beautiful. My rent, cut my rent in half. Rent is cheap. The people are nice. So why am I still unhappy? Why? Because I still see that how there's a difference with how I'm treated versus Europeans. I'm still seeing how, oh, they think because you're Black American that you are this, and the other. I still have my people telling me, well, girl, come here, come there, check this out. They got a diasporan community. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. And really, they need to stop doing that crap, because I don't care what people give you and what country it is. I don't want to live around just people from the United States. I didn't come all the way to Africa to be around people from America. I got a couple of friends. Okay, yeah, y'all live over there. I live over here. You know, and I know a lot of my people, they're like, oh, I need this and I need that. I saw one little young girl, I think she's in Thailand, her video, and she's paying like 800 US dollars a month for an apartment because she said there's just certain things that I need. Well, if you need that, why don't you just stay in the United States? I don't understand, because nowhere else is like the United States. There's places that are similar to the United States. You got the UK, you got South Africa. But I feel like if that's what I needed to do, then I could have just stayed in the United States. And that for me was not an option. I wanted out of that toxic relationship. And now I'm over here in this toxic relationship, trying to find out what is it that I can do to balance this out, because it's not working for me. I'm not feeling it. I'm not totally feeling it. I don't feel like I'm at home. I don't feel like, okay, I belong here. So maybe maybe I do got to do some more searching. Like I said, 54 countries. One of them is bound to be the right country. Or do I just dip and say, you know what, I can't even do this no more, and go somewhere else, go to Asia, go to the Middle East? And we know that ain't gonna happen. I don't know, but I was looking at Thailand, kind of swift, kind of smooth and swift. Then there's other places that are US territory. I don't want to do that either. I don't want to do that. So what is it that needs to be done that we can have kind of a level playing field? You know, when I did the video about my visa being denied, and I had people after the fact watching the replay making these crazy comments about how much money they spent to get into the United States. Like, were you mad for? Why are you mad? You mad because you spent all that money and then you in the United States suffering, miserable, unhappy? I don't know. What is it? You know, and they're like, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that. But can you really compare your country to the United States? And if that's the case, I could have just stayed in the United States if I wanted all this that the United States has to offer. The water might go out, the electricity may go out. It's something that we just don't deal with in the United States. But here I am, I'm still here trying to make this work. I don't know what else can be done. Like, do y'all need, like y'all, they give diversity training in the United States on how to treat other individuals that don't look like me, that don't have the same belief systems that I have. These are things that we do in the United States to make everybody feel welcome, even though deep down inside they're like, we don't really want y'all in our country. Go back to, because people are quick to tell you, go back to where you came from. I haven't had any, well, the people in the comment section, irrelevant people in the comment section that say stuff like that. But here I am. What can we do to balance this playing field here outside of corrupt governments? That may be a thing. The people, I made a comment before, your government is under the guise of taking care of you and protecting you, but your government is oppressing you. I'm not saying that's what's going on here in Kenya. Kenya is a lovely place. Let me just state for the record, Kenya got it going on, for real, for real. I'm trying to find that little piece of happiness, which is at the beach. So if anybody here knows somebody that's in Kenya on the coast and want to be my dive buddy, come on, because that's what I want to do. I just want to swim and use my fans. I bought a lot of fans. I want to go swimming every day. Every day I want to get out in that beautiful crystal clear blue water, that on any given day I can go to that beach and it's very few people at this beach. It's like, where's everybody? Don't y'all understand what y'all got over here? This is amazing. This is beautiful. And it's not crowded. And I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. But that's just another thing to show you that a lot of times these people here don't understand what they even have right at their fingertips, because all of them say, oh, I want to go to America. I want to go to America. And I'd be like, well, don't talk to me, because I'm not going back to America. So there you have it. I'm here. And this is where I choose to be. And people are in such disbelief. Like, you left America to come to Africa? Like, yeah, I did. Why is that such a problem? Why is that an issue? So here I am trying to make this relationship with Africa work. Is it toxic? Is it not going to work? Is it never going to work in my lifetime or in the next lifetime or the next? I do not know, but here I am, like, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Here I am. Let's flip the switch back to being in a relationship with a Black man. They have special needs because they have been damaged. We've been damaged as well, but if you know the system, you know that they've pitted the Black woman against the Black man. And they've told the sisters now, oh, y'all better than the Black man. The Black man is the last person on the totem pole in corporate America. They will give a sister a bigger position and a few coins more than a brother on a regular basis in 2022 in corporate America. This is a thing. Yes, the brothers be like, oh, let me go get this other over here because they're not combative. They're not argumentative. They're not this. They're not that. We need to work on each other. We all need healing, and we need to do the best that we can with each other, because look around, like I said, there is nowhere on this planet that you can go as an African American and be embraced. Everybody has this fantasy about the Black man, and a fetish about the Black woman, these very things that we were put on display in circuses for our big behinds and all that stuff. Now everybody's risking surgery and going to get these enhancements. And I'm talking about people that have no melanin in their skin. Now they want to have big lips, the very big lips that they talked about. They want to have this Coca-Cola shape, because we are shapely. We are beautiful. I will never not love my people. We are beautiful. We come in all shades and flavors and colors. You know, we got curly hair, we got kinky hair. Some of us got straight hair. We've got it all. We've got, what is it? The Eve gene, Mother Africa. She can give birth to anything from blonde hair and blue eyes to the bluest of black. We have that. That makes us special in itself. In itself. So we really need to do a healing thing and get it together. Ain't nothing to me in my book, ain't nothing like a black man. Nothing. And also in that same book, there's nothing like Africa. I love it here. I love it. So I just have to find that one little bit. My friend, she's like, oh, you need to do the things that you were doing while you were in the other country. You need to do it here. I am. The difference is it's hot. So when I'm trying to crochet, that yarn is hot. I don't even have a need to do crochet and stuff. I've got blankets that I need to send out to people. The part about sitting here, and I do it anyway because it keeps me calm, is crocheting a blanket, and I'm sweating like a mule because just crocheting it is hot. It's hot. It's right now 86 degrees at 7 o'clock. As you can see, it's dark outside. The sun has gone down. And it's still almost 90 degrees. I'm just like, wow, why is my body not adjusted? Because I'm old. I done got old. And my body is like, oh. If I had found this in my 30s, this is another thing I'd say. Why couldn't I have found this in my 30s? Why didn't I know this? Was I too immature then to be in this place? I'm still immature, but would I have been too immature? I don't know. So with that, let me get over here in these comments. 7 years, she hasn't dated anyone. I don't even remember the last time I dated somebody. The last relationship I was in was horrible. 2015, somewhere around there. I don't know. Don't care. My relationship, I'm a horrible. You want what you won't get, really, from me is relationship advice. I am terrible at relationships, and I think it's spilling over into my relationship with Africa. I want what I want when I want it. One of the things that, we need to get rid of if you decide to leave the United States and go to a foreign country, instant gratification. It's not a thing everywhere else. Everywhere else, they're just like so laid back, and it is what it is. It'll happen when it happens. And so that makes me kind of uptight, because if I call you and say, hey, I need a ride to the store, and you say, well, I have someone, or I'm here, or I'm there, I want you here right now. I said, I'm impatient. I want you here right now because I just want to go to the store, get what I need, and come back and get undressed, because, yeah, that's what I do. That's how I roll. Yes. Okay. Anyone that doesn't want to discuss the effects of white supremacy hates Black people. Does anyone have a definition of the system of white supremacy racism? Yes, it's to divide a people and to keep them hating each other, because as long as we hating on each other, there's no need for them to do anything, And people say, oh, y'all Black on Black crime. You got this, you got that. They got white on white crime too, but they're not focusing on this white on white crime. They're focusing on Black people. Because as long as, especially now with social media, if you do not know that there are subliminal messages, there is this mind game that they play with all this stuff on social media, then you are crazy. Especially if you see all of a sudden, this big celebrity news, you better be looking to see what's going on in the political world. They guess Russia, Ukraine. Well, in the meantime, Joe Boy was over here bombing Africa. Okay, he was bombing Somalia or somewhere under the guise of one of those Islamic terrorist group. I don't know. But the difference is you bombing up communities in Africa. Russia is strategically taking out different political things, and what do you call it when you disable the transportation, the communication, things like that. You over here bombing neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna get into that aspect of who, what, when, and where. Him and the bed wench. Ooh, did I say that? Yes, I did. Now, that's something that I do not want to be because I call people bed wenches all the time. I don't want to be no bed wench. I don't want to be that. I don't want to. I listen to my audiobooks. They are historical facts, just things. Colorism is a thing. Even in 2022, I talk to my students from Asia and different places, and I make my South American students very uncomfortable because I'm like, oh, which one of your people was X, Y, and Z from Africa? Because y'all had the largest amount of Africans sent to y'all, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, yeah, about that. Yeah, about that. Because, it is what it is. And you won't get away from it. So if you do your DNA, you're going to find some Africa up in there. That's just a gimme. I'm just saying. Yes, you love something that doesn't love you. Yes. And who is that? Grandmothers always tell you, don't get the one that you love, get the one that loves you. So I'm still looking for some place that loves me as an African American. I don't want that title, but it is what it is. I can't help where the vessel brought me in, Michigan, United States. I can't help that. That's not my fault. I had no control over that. But because of that's where we're from, there's something that's attached to it. There's an astigmatism that's being a Black American, of which you won't know until you go to the next stop. And the thing is, I've been to a few countries in the Caribbean, been to Mexico, been to Canada, been to all these places, and you are treated differently, whether or not it's from Black women in other countries, like all over. It's almost across the board. When I see other Black women, they don't speak. When I went to Barbados, I'm trying to buy souvenirs. They don't even want to talk to you so that you can buy souvenirs. It's like, here, I'm walking down the street. I'll speak to the women. They won't open their mouths. The men will speak back. The women will not. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know, but we need to do better across the board. I had this story time. So I had this person that met a person online. She was here in Africa, and she had to go to another country to be with this person. When she gets there, she's wife number 2. I do not have a problem with polygamy. I want to be wife number 3 or 4 because I don't want to cook or clean or nothing. So I don't even know why you would have me as a wife in the first place. But she went over there. She was wife number 2. How do you go somewhere? You are wife number 2 and you're jealous. How does that work? How is that a thing? She's like, sis, I'm unhappy. I'm this, I'm that, and the other. But in the next breath, you're telling me all these great aspects of this person. And I'm trying to figure out, well, what's wrong? And so when it all came to a boil, she's jealous hearted. She's jealous. How can you be the second wife and be jealous? Is that a thing? Because I don't think the two go together. Like, we better work as a team. You might as well, because most of the women in the United States have said they don't believe in polygamy. Y'all sharing y'all man anyway, whether you want to or not. You can be all up on Facebook talking about how good of a godly man you have. And, I'm like, oh, for real? Yep, he sure is. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. But this is a thing. Like, why are we so jealous of each other? Why? We need to be working together and building us up, working together. I see some business people on my page and they are so negative and angry. Like, yes, I have these people, they didn't support my journey. They didn't support me on my thing. I'm not angry. Like, okay. And it's so funny because after you didn't support me, I have like several people that have posted that now they need some help for something. They need help. The blessing comes when you can bless somebody else and can't bless yourself. So it's like, okay, the petty me said, well, you didn't support me, so why are you asking me for any type of help? But the me that knows that I'm going to stay blessed and I'm going to always be, and you are a sister and you're this and you're that, I'm going to try to do what I can do for you. Even if it's just share your cause, share your business, share your thing. I can't buy anything from y'all anymore because it would cost me forever an arm and a leg to get something shipped directly to Africa from you. But I can share your post and make sure that people know what you got going on. But if you got something digital, okay, yeah, I could do that. I can do digital classes, courses, teach me something. That I can do. We can Zoom, we can do whatever, however you want to do it. You can email me, but just like little things, candles, stuff like that. I wish you the best because I can share your information, but there's nowhere for me to get it, to send it to. I can, just it is what it is. Different things, just really crazy. Yes. Okay, yeah, let's talk about Black people that love the United States. This is our country. We fought for this country. We built this country. How delusional are you? Because I don't care about you getting mad. You built the country by force and for free. Okay, you built the White House for free and by force. And we just in 20, I don't even know what year that man got up in the office, the half-caste one, he got up in office, first one in the history of the whole White House. Well, supposedly. There was some that had some of them octoroon, quadroons that was up in there that y'all say, oh, they was black, black, black. But you look at the wrong thing. And this is another thing. We as a people, we're easily thrown off our focus. What y'all been talking about all week long that got on my last damn nerves. I'ma say it. Y'all talking about them people on that TV show, this event happened, and y'all talking about, well, this person was wrong. He shouldn't have did this. He shouldn't have did that. And ain't nobody yet said that she is toxic, and she has been toxic from day one. Ain't nobody saying that though. All y'all talking about, oh, he did this, and I woulda, and I'm gonna defend my woman's honor. And you better not say that's what comedians do. Comedians talk about people. They talk about people. She ain't the first one with the case of whatever it is she got, and she ain't gonna be the last one. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it clearly. She's toxic. And I say that because when they first got together, she went on Oprah's show, and all but called him a homosexual. Like, oh, he's feminine, and he cries, and he gets in touch with the woman in him. Girl, what? Okay, that's what kind of man you want. Somebody you can steamroll. I do not. And that's all I'm gonna say about them because I don't like them at all. I don't do celebrities. I don't do all that stuff because they crazy. They just weird. They on the take. Let me see. Back over here. Differences in consciousness is what all these names, titles, and identities. The thing, okay, so let me just state this about the conscious community, and y'all can come for me. I don't care. I'm still gonna say what I'm gonna say. And I'm just on the female side of the house, okay? I started noticing more and more and more in the conscious community. Sisters, it starts off with self-love. Peace and light and love and light and crystals and tea parties or whatever the hell it is y'all talking about. And then all of a sudden y'all come up, this is my girlfriend, this is my wife. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. So y'all so angry at the brothers that y'all gonna go get something that's got the same thing as you. And then you're gonna go to the store and buy the part that the brothers have naturally. I don't, help me understand. Actually, I really don't want to go understand. Have at it. If that's what you like, that just gave me a headache. Do you? Okay. So that was one of the main reasons why I took like 12 steps back from the conscious community. It wasn't that, it's like not only are we all the same descendants, you over here saying y'all not this, y'all this, you over here saying y'all not this, y'all that. We got 5 or 6, 20, 11 dozen different entities that we are, and we don't want to be African. But if you, at the end of the day, if you just look at all of that consciousness and all of these communities or whatever you want to call them, at the end of the day, they still hating themselves because they don't want to be blackity black. We can't say black, we can't say Negro, we can't say Afro-American, we can't say African-American. What are we? Oh, we're Moors. Oh, we Hebrew Israelites. No, at the end of the day, you have Africa, you have Asia, you have Europe, you have the Arabic people. And the Arabics, y'all might as well come over here and step over here on this African side, because that's what y'all asses are anyway. Because if you go all the way back to the Berbers, because the Moors are a mixture of Berbers and Arabic, Africa, Africa. If you come back to that, you still at the end of the day, this is where you belong. Y'all say, oh, we living by the scriptures. We living from the Most High, we living from this and we living from that. Y'all want to be everything but black, African, whatever you want to call it. Y'all trying to be everything but. Don't be mad at me. That's y'all, not me. I love Africa. Anyway, yes, we got too many, all these names and titles and whatever. Hey, Fitzroy. I am not debating anyone about my Africanness. They can miss me with that. Abso-freaking-lutely. Like I said, it's a toxic relationship. I love Africa. I absolutely love Africa. Look what they did to Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey got these people together, and we're going to go back to the motherland. Who they sent in a half-caste individual, W.E.B. Du Bois, to throw a wrench in it. He's like, oh, this man is a scam artist. He's a criminal. He's not this. Marcus Garvey had over 500 businesses. Okay. You go to Ghana, the W.E.B. Du Bois Museum is bigger than that of Kwame Nkrumah. The Kwame Nkrumah Museum is borderline pitiful. But if you go over to, which I did not, because I'm not contributing to that cause either, they got him on a pedestal. They got, our priorities as a people are really screwed up. So though all those people, because if Black people start leaving the United, well, we already leaving, but if y'all start leaving in super huge, large numbers, they're gonna put a stop to that crap. Trust me when I tell you, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like the one guy, he said that he was traveling around Africa, and he said he couldn't get, I don't know what happened. It's not really, whatever. He said the United States blocked him from going any further, and he had to go back to the United States. Well, and we're gonna be on the Underground Railroad, because I'm not going back. So if I have to go to Asia, wherever, throw that damn passport out in the ocean and stay on a boat, it's just not happening. Someone mentioned before when I couldn't get back into Tanzania, oh, it's probably from the United States or whatever. Who knows? Who cares? But y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, because I'm not coming back. That's not an option. I'll go with political asylum. What? Y'all better know y'all rules and rights and regulations. I'll be like, no. I said, I don't want to go back to Massa's plantation. Not me. Not I. So, yeah. Let's see. The big hand movement makes the video freeze. Ah, okay. Thank you. Try keeping your hand movements below the screen. Okay. Yeah, that's just me. That's me. Thank you, Nicole. This is finally beginning to understand that it's impossible to fix us without replacing the system of white supremacy with justice everywhere. Yes, and it's always going to be people that are going to want you to not make waves. That's just a give me. It's a gimme. But my thing is, if you come somewhere else outside of the United States, you can't come to their country and tell them what to do. And then you can't come, well, you can do whatever you want to, but then you come to their country and you build your own village. I just find that a little weird, and I don't participate. I just don't. It's just a thing. So I'm coming to another country, another continent, to learn the culture, to learn what is it that they're doing? What is it that I need to do to, what is it? What is it? Because I'm, at the end of the day, I don't care what you say. I'm African. I am African. I got too much. I've put my DNA on so many different places, and things that have been tested. I was really surprised some of the stuff that came up, and it's not just African. I have some other stuff too. Ashkenazi Jew, European stuff, some Middle Eastern stuff, just because we've been through the meal, so to speak. We've been through the meal. And the line is, it's been infiltrated. That's all I can say. Man, I'm rhesus negative. All the stuff that y'all be, no. I wouldn't be that if I was totally African. I wouldn't be that. Because that's not what we are. That's not our thing. That's not us. I cannot think of this professor's name. He's a PhD. He was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, and he solved an equation. Somebody come up with the name for me. He scientifically proved that the Black man is the closest thing to God. If that don't make you proud, nothing will. Nothing. The Black man is the closest thing to God. Bill Clinton tried to debunk this man's theorem. Not a theory, a theorem. Know your word prop differences. A theorem. When it was all said and done, like, yes, which in itself you should know is a truth, because we are so forgiving as a people. We want to embrace everybody. We want to forgive everybody. But it's just the thing. So, it is what it is. Let me go down these things. No, you'll be disappointed with your interactions with our people anywhere. Also, you should reveal that you even love is conditional. It's perception. Also, this should reveal to you. Yes. We get mistreated everywhere. Yes, we do. I can dig your honesty. Disappointment comes with incorrect expectations. That is true, because in a way, I expected to come over here and just be embraced because we're the same. And that's not true. The bottom line at the end of the day, here in Kenya, it's not everybody. There's a few people. And what's funny is a couple of them I asked where their people were from, and they're actually from next door in the other country. They got that across the board. So they just think that you are a come up, or at the very least, you can help their end of the day bottom line. And it's not a lot here. This is a tourist area, and so it's to be expected. But even though it's a tourist area and to be expected, it's nowhere near as bad as where I just came from. So that much I can just honestly say, it is what it is. Inside of yourself. Yes. Acts of white supremacy are inevitable. Countering racism is a chosen life purpose. It is. But the thing is, you have a lot of people that, like I have a couple of people that I know of, I can't say that I know, and they're in some groups. And then like one of the groups, they've got this like fetish and focus on a certain thing. Like, oh, we're fixing to overthrow this over here. And that's what they're focusing on. I guess you have to start someplace, but it's just like, to me, it's irrational. It's irrational. Educate the people to their rights and to their culture, because as we know, they're trying to remove words. They're trying to remove certain lessons. And to me, it's just never really been there in the first place. So now you're going to remove it altogether. We as a people, need to be educated and stop focusing on, we're not celebrating Christmas, but we're going to celebrate this. This is something you made up, something that you came up with. It's a good thing to be proud of your Blackness. There's no problem. We're the only people that when we are saying I'm pro-Black, I fly red, black, and green. It is what it is. Oh, you're this and you're that. But a Mexican person can fly the Mexican flag. Puerto Ricans can fly the Puerto Rican flag. Cubans, whoever. Everybody can fly their nationality. We cannot, because they're going to be like, you hate us. You this, you that. There's a problem with everything that we do to try to better ourselves. We're the only ones. We have no laws for us. They said they can't make specific laws for us, but then they turn around and they make specific laws for Asians, transgenders, you name it. Everybody except for the descendants of Africans. And then even that, you got a problem with being called a Pan-Africanist. You want to be a descendant of slave. You want to be, we want names and titles and rules and regulations of bullshit. That's just what it is. It is what it is. Yes. I am Fitzroy. I am a water lily. I wish you were in the area. Can somebody please come swim? I need a dive buddy. Let me state, because y'all know this channel, if you didn't go all the way back to the beginning, this channel started off as a swimming, snorkeling channel to get my people to learn how to swim. And so if you go out, you go traveling. So a lot of people like to travel solo, dolo, go by themselves. It's a big fat no-no to go diving, snorkeling, scuba diving. Well, you can't go scuba diving by yourself anyway, because you got to get on a boat and rent the equipment. But if you go snorkeling or free diving or whatever, you always must go with someone else. It's just a thing. So that is a thing that's really giving me grief, because I really want to go practice and enhance my free diving skills, and someone that enjoys it as much as I do, not someone that's looking for something at the end of the day, whether it be, I had a little situation before the last time I went, and I came out a little bit gear lighter because they asked for my gear. They got a meal. And then, they thought they was running game in Swahili, by telling the driver that I had money. And I just let the driver know, shoot your best shot. Go ahead. Go. You playing, you lost back up in these back rows. Go ahead. Okay. Make my day. Okay. And so he's like, oh no, that guy said, I said, I know what the guy said, because I know what Miatano is. Miatano is 500, and I had a 500 shilling bill, what I thought was in my hand, hidden, and it was not. You want to lose your life over 500 shillings? Because that's what's going to happen. That's going to piss me off, and I'm going to come unglued. Real simple. So I just want someone that can go and enjoy the beach with me as much as I absolutely love the beach. So that is what I'm looking for with someone to go in my wild animal kingdom. Come here. I got the baby kitten, one of the babies. She's kind of needy. And the other one is mean. Even cats can't get along. She's swatting at the baby because she don't want the baby in here. But I'm like, whatever, come eat. I feed the babies. Yes, I do. Yes, Diallo, you was doing the dang thing. I missed you. I can say that. Hi, Night Train. I like that name. I just read a book called Night Train. He warns Black people do not think that they just want control. He said to practice white is about abuse of Black people. Yes, which is what I said earlier, that I don't know if Black people, they unconsciously come here and they are, they treat people like they're better than the local people that are here, whether it's them talking crazy to the people, hiring the people on, just doing stuff. There is a communication barrier. And that was one of the things over next door. I fired all my hired help. I just felt I was so uncomfortable with that. It's just like, we have a communication problem. You're doing something that I know I can do myself. And I understand you trying to make a living, but I can't get with the program. And then I can't get with the program that I do hire you on. I pay you more than what the average person is paying, which is something that somebody said to me, like, maybe you should pay them more. Bitch, I already pay them more. But you still come in my shit, rifling through my stuff, looking through stuff. So you got to go. I don't like that. I just don't like nobody really in my space like that. But anyway, they come here, they do stuff. And to me, you're separating yourself. You're putting yourself, all trying to live in, and I get it. You got money, you want to floss and show off or this. But like the young lady said in Sudan, Jeddah, Judah, somewhere in South Sudan, you had a big McMansion, and next to it you had a shack. She said, we all live together. We live in harmony. I looked up to go to Sudan. Of course, the United States got it. Oh, don't go to Sudan. Do not. But this place looked really nice. It was really, decent. And we all living together. Someone said in the last live, we don't put our family members out because they have issues or whatever. They know they can come home and go to sleep. Nobody has homelessness like the United States. So these are, all different things. I say just get in there, get in there and try to fit in. I don't want to live in a certain area. Like if I go to the ends of the main road, what's down there? It's a retirement zone. Like 600-year-old looking white people down there. They on canes, walkers, wheelchairs, and they live in these areas, and there's tennis courts and there's this and there's that. It's very pricey, I'm sure. And they all up in here. I don't want to be on that end. I'm down here on this end with my people, with the baboons, with the Calabas, the hostels and all different, everybody is over on this end. It's reasonable. It's not, the boy, the first one, he took me to 2 different places to look for a place. $1,000 a month, not on my watch. And what I love about Kenya is they said you can build your house on the beach, but you can't say, oh, this part of the beach is private because this you don't own. So you make a pathway so that the people can get to the beach, or you don't move your ass over here. Real simple. Kudos to Kenya. You go to Florida, you can't get to the beach because people have built their houses up, and now they said this God created beach is private. It's mine. You can't come on this part of the beach. How's that a thing? How is that? That's a pet peeve of mine. How's that a thing? So you can't come here and talk about, oh, the beach is private. No, it's not. You can walk all up and down. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. Let's see. Da. Hey, Tanisha. We want to be accepted. There's certain things that we do. I have a friend that's a professional in corporate America, and she's a beautiful sister. She wears the long flowing weave because she said, oh, I'm jealous. I can't wear my natural hair. Why? Oh, because it's unprofessional. What? Like, you're so stupid. I can't even stand talking to you. What do you mean it's unprofessional? This is what grows out your scalp. This is what God gave you. He gave you these tree branches. He gave you this bush to protect you from the sunlight. This natural hair to protect you from the sunlight. Everybody in every region, the Asian people have heavily lidded eyes. It was to protect them from the wind and the sand that was blowing. Europeans have no melanin. They had no sun that they needed to be protected from. They can't stand the sunlight, but they over here burn it up. Burn it up. We have melanin to protect us from the sun. As we absorb that, we need the sunlight. We need that vitamin D that we get from the sun, which is why I could not stay in Michigan. Michigan is cloudy most of the year, cold and cloudy. It gives me depression. It gives me sadness. It gives me great sadness. So if you're like, oh, with all this going on, you're still smiling. Yes, because I'm up here like sucking up the sun like a crackhead. Like, just give me this sunlight. I don't really care. I love this. I'm hot. I'm sweating. But here I am getting that vitamin D. It's where you're supposed to. It's where I'm supposed to be. Yes. Diallo, you are on it. You are so on it. Let's see. I'm not with any conscious movement. I had to learn the hard way. Let me just state for the record that when you go on this journey, because we are lost. I was raised up in a Christian household. You couldn't question Jesus. You couldn't question this. You couldn't question that. My daddy was a Baptist deacon. His daddy was a Baptist deacon. Just the whole 9 yards. It's generational. It's what has trickled down from slavery. You're forced into this situation. You're forced into this. People say, well, you left one oppressor's religion for the next. Yes, I did. But I like that one better. You don't like it? So what? And I come to find that because everything is haram that I'm accustomed and used to doing because I'm a rebel and I do things how I want. I'm like, I really don't want to be bothered with that either. And if you saw the pictures of me on social media sweating like a mule in a hijab and all that stuff, I'm like, I don't know how to do it. Modesty out the door. I can't. I need to breathe. It's hot. And I just can't. But yeah, I try to cover up or do whatever. I got some like sheer thin things that can go over my head, but just my everything. I sometimes I don't even wear earrings. It's so hot over here. It's hot. It's hot, hot. Yes, let's see. Hey, Simone. Yes, we are. We are, the products of oppression and captivity. It is what it is. It took it that was 400 plus years in the making. It's not going to go away overnight. We were enslaved, they were oppressed. Really, is there a difference? Is there a difference? They have plantations and they have the castles, and we come over here and review the castles. I've been to a couple of slave castles, and we look at all of the stuff and everything. But at the end of the day, like I said, don't tell me to come bring my wallet. I ain't got one. I ain't got no purse. Like, yes, we need to do better as a people. You tell me to bring my money, but I'm gonna need you to treat me a little bit better. Real simple. We are the same. We are not each other's enemies. We're not. So as a person born and raised in the United States, don't come over here thinking, oh, I'm better than these people here. Look at them. They this and they that. Okay, what would you come over here for? If you think that you've been to Africa and you didn't like the way they were treating you, so now you're hanging out in Mexico, or you hanging out in wherever, anywhere other than where there's black people, and then you wonder why you get treated like you get treated, then don't say nothing. I'm over here with my people. I'm enjoying this toxic relationship. Y'all gonna get this business. Just because I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going off this continent. But you know, sometimes it gets so rough that I do give it a thought. I give it a thought, but at what cost? I'm gonna go somewhere else and you just gonna hate me because of the color of my skin? You're gonna hate me because you think that, oh, white people treat black people bad and I'm gonna treat you bad too. No, you're not. No, you're not. But the people here think, well, you on our land, we're gonna treat you. No, you're not. I still love y'all. Y'all still my people. Whether you like it or not, you my people. I can't rub this blackness off my face. I ain't trying to. We ain't bleaching. Ain't no bleaching going on over here. We've done everything we've been so mentally brainwashed and abused that we hate ourselves. We hate ourselves. Now I don't want no relaxer. I don't want no pressing comb. I don't want no flat iron. I want this bush to be just like it is. This is what I was born with. This bush. This right here is mine. Look at it. Stuck in time. It's mine. It is what it is. We have to do better. We have to do better as a people. I don't know what can be done to people. Well, I think there's a lot of African leaders right now that say, they're speaking a good game. And there are a couple of them that are standing by their words. Like, Western world, we don't need y'all. We don't need y'all over here. We got smart people. We got people that are scientists. We have people that are law enforcement. We have this and we have that. Most of the times when you see unrest in African countries, there's some other person behind the line saying, if you do this, we'll give you this. And it has been for a long time. So, any questions? I'm not trying to scare anybody off from coming to Africa. I'm not trying to scare anybody off from dating their own race. You can do it however you want to do it. If it makes you happy, have at it. Which is funny because I guess from what I post, whatever, on all my social media, all I see all up and down the advertisements, interracial dating. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. That's just not my preference. That's not my preference. If that's your preference, have at it. Y'all can log into my page and get some of them interracial dating sites. I don't know. I don't know. It's like you're trying to force me to accept something that I don't want. And I have a problem with that. I have a serious issue with that. But anyway, I'm tired of talking. And I got an audiobook to finish. Should I leave this toxic relationship? Right, Tanisha. It's just not. So I think this is just a toxic situation that I'm willing to deal with. Um, at one point I was mad and said I wasn't defending African people no more. I got tired of people. Don't call my people third world. Don't do this and don't do this. I'm just no longer doing all that, but I'm just trying to live in the moment and enjoy it because I love Africa, the whole freaking continent. Everything that you travel all over the world looking for, I got it right here on this continent. I got islands, I got beaches, I got buildings, I've got skyscrapers. They've got industry, they've got the baddest house music down in South Africa. They've got it all right here. We got all your natural resources right here. Just when my people realize how great they are, I want you to know, as an African, as a descendant of stolen Africans, you are great. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. We got the natural pearly white teeth. Yes, we got this growing from the roots, just going up to the sun. It's ours. We don't need no perm to get curls to make an afro. We got an afro. Yes. I'm gonna leave y'all on this note that you think that, oh, Africans are poor, they're hungry. These people ain't hungry. I still ain't found feed to churn yet. I got they flies, but I ain't found feed to churn. And you won't hardly ever see these people walking around mean mugging. Not like some of my big city people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You mean mug so people won't say nothing to you. These people up here, Habari, Jumbo, Mambo VP, just whatever they speak, and they got a smile on their face. Now, I had another African say that African people, regardless of their situation, they're going to present themselves as happy, like everything is okay. That's fine. Yes, our hair is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, yeah, so there you have it. Love yourself. Love yourself because at the end of the day, you all you got. And when we figure it out, I'm all I got. I got you. I got you. I got you. And then when we come together as a people, this is what they don't want. Get it together. Quit putting barriers up around us. Quit trying to keep us out. Us from us. That don't even make sense. You're trying to keep us from us. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I'm staying in my toxic relationship. Yes. All right, y'all. Catch the replay. Leave me a comment as to where you're watching this from. Please like. Please tell a friend to tell a friend about all this greatness. Subscribe. Subscribe. And yes, I love y'all, my water lilies. I got to charge up these batteries on the GoPro because I'm going to the beach tomorrow. It's a rainy season, but I'm going anyway because it rains usually during the nighttime. And check out them tickets and come and see me. I'm still waiting for people to come and see me. I got some people on the way. And yes, Simone, hit the replay. I know you will. I'm not worried about that. Hit the replay. Simone be having me over here hungry, y'all. She go check out her channel. She do food hauls. She's in the UK and does food hauls for her family of 5 there in the UK. She's always got on the coat because it's always cold and drabby and cloudy in the UK. They be on the beach with coats on. I can't get with that program. Which is keeping me from other places because I need this heat. I complain about this sweating, but I need this heat. She's got some beautiful children, her and her husband. Her husband's a professional rugby player. I still ain't found a rugby game on YouTube yet to know what the hell is rugby. But anyway, yes, and she is a descendant of a Jamaican, and he is a descendant of is it a Namibian, something to that effect. Africa. You see, at the end of the day, Africa, 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 Africa. Yes. So I'm waiting for y'all, definitely. But you know, adjust and adapt. Red, black, and green. Deuces. All right, y'all. Good night. I ain't gonna find the kitty cat now. South African from Namibian. Okay, because Namibia used to be South Africa. But yes, Ryan is South African and he's a rugby player. Yes. Okay. Find my niche. Thank you. Thank you for your help. And I think I've got one more video to upload tomorrow. And then I need to get busy and start filming some more stuff. So y'all know what it's going to be on the beach. All righty. Good night, y'all. Good night. Good night. Good night.